Previously on E-Ring.
Al-Qaeda has teamed up with Nestor Sanchez. He's one of the most feared crime lords in all of Latin America. You get a team into isolation, Colonel, you're gonna cut the head off this snake.
We should have told Bobby about Beth earlier.
Son of a bitch, how could you not tell me?
We were in isolation.
Colonel McNulty is expanding surveillance.
We're trying to prevent 9/11 from happening again.
This is not legal.
She has a son. It's Danny's. From before we were married.
What are you doing here, Danny?
My mom told me you'd take care of me.
This is your deployment order. Mission's a go.
What if I told you that I had proof DOD was legally spying on American citizens?
And you want me to take this to the congressman?
The Department of Defense is illegally using military assets to target a Mexican criminal organization.
He's divulging top secret information. He's gonna get our people killed.
Terry vehicles just bailed on us. Looks like something spooked them. I'm picking up enemy radio chatter. They're talking about an American operation.
We're an abort. I say again, abort.
¡Pasos, manos!
We're gonna find Nestor Sanchez and finish the mission.
You're gonna cut the head off this snake.
If Sanchez leaves that room head first or feet first, it's up to him.
IDs and prints. Boss. Boss. This guy's immigration and customs. U.S. U.S. We just killed a federal agent on American soil.
Go ahead. Roger that. Let me know when the last two get here.
Yeah, I'll be right there.
Okay, and everybody's here.
Not everybody.
Get comfortable, fellas. We're gonna be here for a while.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm real comfy here as long as Uncle Sam keeps paying that bill.
Yeah, well, trust me, the Inquisition back in Washington is already underway. Now, when we check out day after tomorrow, we need to be ready for it. They're gonna be wondering how the hell we ended up in the U.S. and why I ended up killing a federal agent. And my job here today is to find out if we did anything criminal. And if we did, how am I going to keep you all out of jail?
We're all in this together, boss.
Wolf, you need to find out who the hell that Fed was, what he was doing with Sanchez, and whether or not it was a clean kill. Walt, you got a copy of that last sit rep we sent from the field?
Right here, boss.
Yeah, well, first reports are always wrong. Now, we're gonna concentrate on the bare facts. Send it over to JSOC minus all the flowery adjectives. We're gonna concentrate on who, what, where, when, why, how. That's it. Take this down. Yesterday, 1627 local time, our special mission unit, deployed under the codename Operation Clean Sweep, made first contact with the enemy. Automatic
Weapons
weapons.
fire was exchanged. The team was ordered to retreat. They began to exfil the target location at approximately 1630 local time. While in evasion, the team received signals intelligence on their target, who had previously fled. The team continued in hot pursuit to a second location, where the mission objective was achieved. High-value target Nestor Sanchez was killed, along with 3 of his associates. The 2 members of the special mission unit were also killed in action.
You left out a few things, didn't you, Colonel?
Well, the mission unit is preparing a more detailed report as we speak, sir.
But we already know that the second location is in the sovereign state of Texas, and that one of the associates of your high-value target was a United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement agent.
We're looking into that, sir. Early indications are that this may have been a rogue agent working for the Sanchez cartel.
Or he may have been undercover, trying to bring it down.
We deconflicted this operation with the appropriate agencies. If there was legitimate, ongoing law enforcement activity in that area, we should have been notified.
The simple fact is, we got a major turd in a punch bowl here. Not only has the United States Army waged war within our borders, but the Mexican government is claiming our soldiers engaged in acts of war in their country. And Congressman Rosenblatt is whipping the press into a frenzy over the domestic spying operation that was run in support of this mission. And make no mistake, people, those 2 operators aren't going to be the only casualties of this misguided mission.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement officials have not yet released the name of the slain officer. Sources close to the investigation report that he was killed alongside notorious Mexican crime lord Nestor Sanchez and 2 of his known associates. Additionally, a government source says that preliminary evidence indicates the use of high-caliber weapons and heavy ordnance not normally associated with drug shootings.
Okay, everybody, back to work.
Miss Liston?
What is it, Natalie?
What happened in Texas? Was that related to Operation Clean Sweep?
The United States military does not conduct operations on U.S. soil.
Ma'am, was Colonel Tisnewski
Was Colonel Tisnewski what?
involved?
Why would you think that?
Come on, Miss Liston. I was read onto a mission to take down Nestor Sanchez in Mexico. Colonel Tisnewski suddenly leaves town, and now these people are all dead a few miles away, killed by high-caliber weapons and heavy ordnance. It's basic math.
I know you're a real enigma, Natalie. I'm not sure if your concern here is ethical, professional, or personal.
All of the above.
Well, if you're worried about Colonel Tisnewski, I can tell you that he's alive and in one piece. Unfortunately, some of the other soldiers were not so lucky. On top of that, we got a snowflake.
A snowflake?
It's a memo from the SecDef himself ordering everyone who was read onto this mission to submit to a polygraph, present company included. He wants to know who here leaked classified intel, because whoever did has blood on his hands.
How many times we gotta relive this?
As many times as it takes till we have a clear picture. All right, can you start us off this time? Where were you and what happened?
I was here in the surveillance van, and I saw something on my monitor that freaked me out big time.
We have a military ground vehicle. Correction. 2 military ground vehicles approaching at high speed from the southwest.
Stay calm.
Your primary route is cut off.
Abort primary route. Go secondary. Go secondary.
¡Alto, bajo las manos!
Trabajando nada más.
¡Manos arriba!
Trabajando.
I've got the driver.
I got the passenger.
Out for your cover.
¡Es bueno, caballero!
Do we take the shot?
Do we take the shot?
Check your fire. Check your fire. And what about the kid with the candy?
Bastard. I should have plugged him. What good would that have done? He would have killed the kid. On top of that, he would have given up your position.
But you did fire. Your target was the cop who was aiming at me, right?
Gramps fired first. He was the one that saved your life.
Prepare. Go to tertiary expo route. Go. Go to tertiary expo route now. Go. Keep moving.
That was some fancy shooting, boss.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he saved our asses. Mine, at least.
When did Maya get hit?
I don't know. Bullets were just flying everywhere. I should have saved her, JT.
Everyone take a break. We've been at this for a while. You guys deserve a break. Why don't you go work out at the gym or something? No, better idea. Go down to the pool. Take a swim.
Go ahead.
It's me.
Hey, I've been watching the news, man. Is everybody okay?
Who? Maya.
Oh, man.
And Gramps.
Oh, God.
How's your girl?
Well, she still hasn't come around. But she's responding to stimulation. Doc says her scan showed normal brain activity.
Guess it's just a matter of being patient then.
Yeah, you know how good I am at that.
Look, Bobby, I'm busy with the debriefing over here. I need you to call Lonnie. Tell him he's going to be the casualty assistance officer.
I'll do it.
You need to be with your family.
Like I said, that's on the men. Her parents are in town watching the kids. My demise families deserve a visit from somebody who's close to them.
You know, Bobby, Maya hasn't been an op for very long. We're not sure whether or not her parents are up to speed on keeping quiet. It's gonna be a tough visit.
I need to do this, JT, all right? I'm going crazy in here.
All right, give them all my condolences. Tell them I'll get over there as soon as I can.
JT.
Yeah.
You okay?
Who the hell are you?
Got a light?
Pierce!
Danny, what are you doing in here?
The door was open.
Wait out there. Get that out of your mouth.
And don't talk into anything red, and don't pull anything that has a trigger.
I am so sorry, sir.
Let me guess. The prodigal son?
His mother just left him here, sir. I have been trying to track her down, contact her relatives, but I can't find anybody to take responsibility for the boy.
What did I tell you?
Sir?
The woman was running a scam, Pierce. She knew the DNA test would prove the kid was not your husband's son, which meant sayonara meal ticket. So she dumps the kid off on your doorstep, and she splits town.
I just don't see how anybody could abandon a child like that, sir.
Look, it's a sad situation. But it's not your responsibility. Now you call social services. McNulty. General, I see you brought the posse.
Inspector General's office has appointed me to run concurrent procedures 15 and 15-6 investigations into Operation Clean Sweep. We're going to need it all, starting with the draft 136 and every piece of paper and every burn bag.
Sir, I assure you that the squadron commander is well aware of where the line is drawn, and if he did cross it, he had a good reason.
I've seen Wisniewski's file, Colonel. The man does have a tendency to, shall we say, improvise on a world-class scale.
That's why he's such a good officer.
You and I both know, Eli, that the reason we hire him is the reason we fire him. Now, I'm going to need your conference room to set up my task force.
Well, be my guest, sir, but I don't know what you think you're going to find.
You'll also notice in there that Colonel Wisniewski and his team are not the only targets of this investigation. I'm going to be looking into your little domestic spying operation as well, Eli.
Sir, I would never.
You know the drill, Colonel. It's time to put up and shut up.
Let's go, fellas. Break's over.
I'd like to introduce to my boss, Captain Buzzkill.
Hello.
Hi.
Maybe we could hook up later.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Got to entertain those clients tonight. It's a big software camp.
I thought you said you were a cop. Loser.
You shouldn't be screwing around with our cover for status, Wolf.
Hey, you ever tried picking up a model, telling her you sold accounting software?
Dude, you got no rap.
Yeah? Rap this.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Charlie, you're bleeding.
Let's go. Out of the pool.
Damn, that hurts.
You should have thought of that before you tried to treat this yourself. What the hell were you thinking?
You
were just what? You think you're tough? You're not tough. You're not smart.
It's just, it doesn't feel like much compared to what happened to Maya. When we got to the exfil vehicle, she didn't say anything about being hurt.
You're bleeding.
Must have got winged while we were running.
Fighter!
She just tried to help.
Maya, don't bleed out on me, Maya! Maya! Give me some God, man! God!
I didn't check for an exit wound. I didn't check for an exit wound. It's the first thing we're taught to do.
It was chaotic. And you were wounded. I'm sure she was so hyped up on adrenaline that she didn't even realize that she was hurt.
I was so worried about you benching me again. I made the guys promise not to tell you anything.
Well, Charlie, if it was that bad, then you probably couldn't have saved her anyway.
Maybe I could have.
You can't spend your time thinking about maybes. What happened, happened. I just gotta live with it.
It's gonna be okay, Amy. I know it doesn't feel like it now, but we're here for you, all of us.
Can you at least tell me where he is now?
Well, he's coming back. Our people are with him.
Just tell me. Did he suffer?
I wasn't there. Now, when you're ready, we need to go over the plan that Mike laid out. Funeral arrangements, benefit stuff, anything you need.
She needs her husband back. Can you give her that?
Wes, please.
No, it's okay. Wes, I'm sorry about your dad.
So how did it happen?
You know I can't tell you that.
No, I mean the lie. The cover-up. Was it a Humvee accident? Well, maybe he got heat stroke while he was giving humanitarian aid to some refugees.
Wes, you have to understand.
No, I don't have to do anything because my dad is dead and we are not in the army anymore.
I have 2 little girls, all right? And I know how hard it is for them, never knowing where their father is or what he's doing.
Do you think I'm stupid? You think I don't understand that this has something to do with that Laredo crap that's all over TV?
I'm sorry, I can't tell you that. But I can tell you that that drug dealer was helping terrorists get into this country. And whoever did bring him down is a hero.
Yeah, that is your answer to everything, isn't it? The war on terror. Let me tell you something. A lot of people think that that's a load of crap.
Wesley.
Or what? What, you want to give me your phone number now so we can hang out sometime? I got some news for you. My mother, she might buy into this BS, but not me.
What's gonna happen to him now?
He'll become a ward of the state. We'll try to get him into foster care.
But he'll get a good home.
At his age, it's tough. He's gonna be a handful for anybody. Truth is, they tend to get bounced around a lot.
Poor kid.
Look, you did the right thing calling us. And you seem like a very sweet woman. But this is a troubled kid.
Why do you say that?
We already have a file on him. Neighbors and teachers have reported neglect, possible physical abuse. We were going to court to terminate the mother's parental rights anyway. It's time to go, Danny. Say goodbye to Master Sergeant Pierce.
Bye. Bye, Danny.
We got it. Let's get unpacked. Go ahead. We're in.
You have visual?
And audio. We can see and hear everything.
This is a nation at war. But we're not just at war with terrorists. We're at war with ourselves. American blood has been spilled, not in Afghanistan, not in Iraq, but in Laredo, Texas. This young man was just informed by the United States Army that his father was killed 2 days ago. He has reason to believe that this occurred during the violent gun battles in Mexico or Texas, but the Army won't tell him what happened. He deserves answers. The American people deserve answers. Who are we fighting? Where are we fighting? And why?
Gotta give this guy raves for political theater. First he goes public with our operation, now he's parading the family of dead soldiers in front of the press. Natalie, are you all right?
The person who leaked this information, when they take the lie detector test and the truth comes out, what'll happen?
Natalie, just so we're clear, there's no off-the-record conversation when it comes to national security. You're not talking to your shrink here.
Miss, listen, I just don't know who else to talk to about this.
Let's keep it hypothetical.
What if somebody felt that they were doing the right thing, that they felt that people's constitutional rights were being violated, and they just wanted somebody with some power to look into it? They didn't know that it was going to go public and that people would get killed.
Ignorance is not a defense, Natalie.
So what happens to her?
Well, she could have broken any number of federal laws. She'd have to give up her security clearance, any future opportunity for federal employment. Depending on how rabid the dogs were, she could be looking at prison time. Hypothetically speaking, she should think about getting a lawyer who would recommend that she invoke her right against self-incrimination.
It's a damn circus. Mike's kid called a reporter at the Post. Reporter called the congressman. It's out of the box.
And we thought it was Maya's family that was gonna give us the trouble.
I remember this kid when he was my girl's age. I mean, he worshipped Gramps and everything he was about. Now, it's just...
Look, you better get out of there. Get back to your wife before someone takes your picture.
Roger that. What happened?
The media's going crazy over this thing. Look, this thing is political now, all right? Which means we could be pulled from this debrief at any minute and ordered back to Washington. So let's get back to it. Kenny, I want you to talk about when you received the signals intelligence.
All right. We had just gotten a call from Charlie, telling us what happened in Miami.
Damn! Son of a bitch! Let's get to the damn pickup zone before we lose someone else.
Sir, I just got a fix on Funch's cell phone. He's heading northwest along the international border.
Let's go get him.
I thought we could only do that if we were in hot pursuit. It's not even en route to the extraction site.
What's his rate of advance?
At least 120 kph.
Find me the fastest route to intercept.
You sure you want to do that, sir? He just crossed into the United States.
If Sanchez gets away, then Maya died for nothing. Follow him.
You made a good call. It was the right thing to do.
We had already aborted the mission, which meant the procedure was we head back to the extraction.
What was that thing you used to tell us? Procedure is nothing but a suggestion in the absence of good leadership.
We took down a stone-cold killer that was bringing known Al-Qaeda terrorists into the U.S.
Well, I could have called the MAC, right? Got him for their authority.
So why didn't you?
I guess because they might have said no. And I couldn't accept Maya dying knowing that piece of dirt got away.
And what's wrong with that?
We're supposed to concentrate on the facts, right? And the fact is, we were not in hot pursuit. I made a command decision to abandon the exfil and pursue the target across the border into the United States.
I'd say that's about all we need.
Hold the swallow! On your right! Clear! IDs and prints.
Sweeper 4. Sweeper 4, you copy?
Boss. This guy's immigration and customs. U.S. U.S. We just killed a federal agent on American soil.
Double check the badge, see if it's a fake.
Look at the manicure, the watch. This guy's a Fed.
How the hell didn't he identify himself?
He's hanging with this bunch. He's probably dirty.
Sweeper 5 to Alpha.
Go ahead.
You need to come out here.
I know I was supposed to stay in the van, but he came out of nowhere. I shot him, but he got to drop on Mike. Open up! Open up!
Wolf just got some intel on the dead Fed. Seems he was a real maverick. Word is he was working off the books to bring down Sanchez. Still doesn't explain why he drew on you. Or he didn't ID himself.
Well, I doubt that's gonna make much of a difference to the Inspector General. Our right to self-defense only applies to missions we're authorized to carry out.
Yeah, about that. The boys and I were talking.
Why does it scare me?
We keep going over and over it. And the way we remember it now, we're definitely in hot pursuit.
Charlie, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you guys need to tell the truth here.
What truth? That you did the same thing that any one of us would have? That those suits in Washington don't know what it's like to get shot at? Or have a buddy die in their arms? They ask us to go out and fight the good fight every day, but when we do and things don't turn out just right, they just turn it around. And instead of being a hero, what, you're some kind of a criminal?
Charlie, if I hadn't decided to pursue Sanchez into Texas, Mike Sean would still be alive.
JT, Mike Sean was just as gung-ho.
Just shut up and listen. Listen to me. If I hadn't made that choice, Mike would be alive and Kenny Watkins wouldn't be having nightmares about having to shoot a man.
And what? What, you should be punished for that? JT, you remember what you told me? What happened, and now you just gotta live with it.
Charlie, I can live with Mike's death on my conscience. I can do that, but if I have to start lying about how and why he died, it's gonna dishonor his memory. It's gonna be like he died for something dirty, and that's something I can't live with.
General Hughes, to where do we owe the pleasure of this unscheduled visit?
I was on my way to Tampa from Stuttgart when I began reviewing the message traffic on this operation of yours down at the border. I thought I'd just drop by and see if I could offer the Undersecretary any help.
Well, that's very gracious of you, sir.
I was just telling Mr. Craig here that as I've been out of the country at UCOM for several days, I wasn't completely up to speed on the details of the operation.
We kept your deputy commander fully informed, General. He signed off on the 136.
Signed off on a 136 for Mexico, Miss Liston. Not for Laredo, Texas. The Undersecretary informs me that General Moyer has collected enough evidence against Colonel Tisniewski to file charges. He's going to be arrested in the next 24 hours and asked to show cause.
How could they possibly have made a case so quickly?
I am not privy to the details of General Moyer's investigation.
But you, Miss Liston, had oversight over the entire operation, including the surveillance component. I really wish you would have asked my advice before you approved all that spying on American citizens.
Sir, it's no secret that you've never supported Ms. Liston. But I know that you'd never use this as an opportunity to sandbag her and exonerate yourself in front of her superior.
Colonel, that is not what
that'd never
this is
work
about.
anyway, since I was the one who sent the order to do the spying on the Americans.
Without Miss Liston's knowledge?
That's correct, sir.
You understand the implications of what you're saying?
Colonel, you don't have
Ms.
to
Liston,
explain.
any lawyer worth her salt would tell you to put a sock in it right about now.
I'm not going to let you take the fall for this, Colonel. I was well aware of the details of that surveillance program.
I'm old and I'm rich, Ms. Liston. You're young, brilliant, and this building sorely needs you.
I appreciate that, Colonel.
Besides, if I go down, somebody needs to be here to protect our boys. And JT, he shouldn't have to find out about his arrest when somebody knocks on his door.
We should call him.
Haven't I taught you anything about telephone surveillance, Ms. Liston? I mean, JT needs a personal heads up, and I would go myself if I wasn't in so much hot water.
Come to think of it, I am Overdue for a site visit down to Southern Command in Miami.
Atta girl.
How the hell could you be so stupid, Natalie?
Dad, you were the one that taught me if I saw wrong, I should try and right it.
Okay. Here's how we play it. You got the flu. You don't come in for work, they can't polygraph you. You're low on the totem pole, so they won't come to you for a while anyway. 90% of the solution is keeping your mouth shut. If they do try to compel your testimony, I'll call Congress.
Dad, stop it. This isn't a war game, okay? I'm trying to figure out the right thing to do here. I don't need a four-star general. I need my father.
Pierce, I need you to call Andrews and get the Learjet fired up for Ms. Liston.
Oh, yes. Right away, sir.
You okay?
I got the social worker to send over Danny's file.
I thought you were done with this.
You see that mark on the shoulder right there, sir?
Are you telling me the boy was beaten?
It's not a bruise, sir. It's called a port wine stain. It's genetic. It's identical to the one my husband had. In the exact same spot. I don't need to wait on a DNA test, sir. That boy is Danny's son.
This is JT. I'm not home right now. Leave a message.
Hi. I know you're not there. I just wanted to hear your voice. I know you've been through hell lately, and it's my fault. You'll hear about it soon. Anyway, I just wanted to say that you deserve better. And I'm sorry.
End of messages.
Are you expecting room service?
Come on. What's going on, Sam?
I'm here to give you the heads up. They're gonna charge you. Dereliction of duty, acting without authority. Look, I don't know how they got this evidence together so quickly.
Well, there's an FIU surveillance team right on the other side of that wall, listening to everything that's going on in here. Don't worry, they got everything they needed. Checked out a few hours ago.
If you knew they were there,
They
why
didn't
did
hear
you...
anything that wasn't going to come out in the end anyway.
Well, I have to advise you to keep your mouth shut from now on. Look, you could cut a deal to resign your commission in exchange for an administrative reprimand. What was that?
The truth.
I don't understand.
I spent the past 24 hours trying to be honest with myself. Honest about this mission, who I am, what I care about. And the truth is, you're one of the things I care about most.
JT? Jim?
Hey.
Hey. Oh, I thought...
What, I left town again?
To be honest, I wouldn't blame you if you did this time.
You want to come with me? Thank you
For what?
for being a friend.
Oh, is that all we are?
You know what I mean. For coming down here, for looking out for me, for giving me advice.
You're not gonna take my advice, are you, Colonel?
Nope.
They'll crucify you.
Maybe. Look, I was out on that balcony thinking, Sam, I'm sorry I lost people. That's one of the hardest things for someone like me to accept, but I'm not sorry for the decisions I made. We took down a sadistic killer, a narco-terrorist who's running an underground railroad for jihadists for
You
profit.
need to start thinking about staying out of jail. It's too late to save your career.
Well, there might be a way. Make them prove that what I did is criminal. And if I can prove that I was acting in extremis, that what I did is legally justified, then maybe I can save myself and the reputations of my men.
If you lose, you'll go to prison for years.
I want to face my accusers and tell my side of the story, Sam. I want a court-martial.
get back, Pierce?
Sir, it is with regret that I ask you to accept my letter of resignation of my commission in the United States Army, effective immediately.
Short and sweet, just like you, Pierce.
It's not funny, Colonel. It's shameful.
Just print it up, Master Sergeant.
Print it? Print it? I ought to delete it.
Pierce, somebody's going down for the surveillance program. I'm just taking a bullet for a friend.
Maybe the secretary won't accept your resignation. What am I going to do without you, sir?
Just relax, Pierce. You know? Just relax. Pierce, you know I'm not that easy to get rid of. Besides, you got somebody else to look out for now.
Are you sure you want to do this? Okay.
Put your seatbelt on. You hungry? You like fish and chips? Never had them. Your dad loved fish and chips. All right, let's go.
Lieutenant Colonel James Tisnewski. Under Article 32 of the Uniform Code of Military Justice, you stand accused of violating Special Order 18 in that you willfully and with forethought disobeyed the clandestine rules of engagement, and without authority you conducted a special operation within the continental United States, which resulted in the death of a federal law enforcement officer. You will be held in pretrial confinement in disciplinary barracks at Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. You have the right to be present during the taking of evidence. You have the right to cross-examine witnesses. You have the right to counsel, both civilian and military. You have the right to call specific witnesses in your own defense. The Secretary of Defense has determined that time is of the essence in the disposition of this case. You may elect to waive your right to an Article 32 investigation and proceed straight to court-martial.